The parable of the unforgiving servant. After Jesus finished a radical mention about not being overcome by sin and the reckless love was leave the 99 to find the one, Peter came up to him and asked, "Lord, how often will my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? As many as 7 times?" Jesus said to him, "I say not 7 times, but 70 times 7.
He continued saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who wished to settle accounts with his servants. When he began to settle, one was brought to him who owed him $4.5 billion. When he could not pay, the king ordered him to be sold with his wife and his children and all that he owned, and payment to be made."
So the servant fell on his knees and implored him, "Have patience with me, and I'll pay you everything." And out of pity for him, the master of the servant released him and forgave him the debt.
But when that same servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him $8,800. And seizing him, he began to choke him, saying, "Pay what you owe." So his fellow servant fell down and pleaded with him, "Have patience with me, and I will pay you." But he refused and went and put him in prison until he should pay the debt.
When his fellow servants saw what had taken place, they were greatly distressed, and they went and reported to their master all that had taken place. And his master summoned to him and said, "You wicked servant, I forgave you all that did because you pleaded with me. And should you not have had mercy on your fellow servant as I had mercy on you?" And in anger, his master delivered him to the jailers until he should pay all his debt.
Jesus concluded this part of his sermon. "So also will my heavenly Father do to every one of you, if you do not forgive your brother from your heart."
Guys, you need to forgive that person who wronged you, whether it be a parent, a step-parent, a sibling, a teacher, or a friend. The debt someone owes you cannot compare to the debt you owe God. Yet, He has chosen to release you.
So many times we refuse to let our resentment and hatred grow until that person pays for what they did. We often decide to get revenge or simply to lock them out of our lives. And sometimes we might ignore them until they hurt just as bad as we do. But this will never make things better.
The roots of bitterness that embrace and harden your heart will simply keep you out of the promises that God has in store for you. Promises of freedom, promises of joy. And you know, if you ever want to forgive but you're not sure how, just pray for them. You can never stay angry at someone that you're praying for.